Tell me SWVL on the chart, please. Negative check. I just want to see if this is an all-time high or not. Sometimes your chart shows some more for some reason.
SWVL.
Yeah. It is all-time highs. Neat.
What's the float on this?
What?
SWVL.
Doesn't tell me. So I'm gonna go with a lot. At least 30. Okay. Ready?
Alright, here's the watch list.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't see the, what do you call it? Usually just on that homepage. Okay.
You asked me if I was ready.
Oh, yeah, you didn't respond. Alright, let's do this. Hello. Sorry about that. Just updated the watch list for this morning. Here are the top plays, and I also added SWVL. Totally forgot to put it on there. With SWVL, what I'm looking for, we got that previous high day break setting up. It's held most of its gains from yesterday, showing some good strength. And just looking for the continuation of the break, hold of 980, and then right above at 1080, you got all-time highs. So if it could continue to hold up and head higher, this could continue that squeeze, and that should have a lot of strength behind it. I think it could get to 15, maybe higher. There's no resistance up ahead, so kind of just clear skies. We'll have to figure that out along the way. Just read the price action. But that's SWVL. FNCH is a gapper today, holding up in the mid threes quite nicely right now. What did I say? So if this fails to break down, the history is garbage. Start off there. It's a great short into any pop. It just doesn't do anything. And it just seems like a lot of the pre-market plays have been completely failing to hold up and do anything throughout the day and just give the squeeze I want. But if this fails to break down, typical open price play, VWAP reclaim, pre-market high break, just looking for these levels to fail to break down and start squeezing shorts. And next level I see on the daily chart for resistance, we got of course 4, whole dollar, half dollar. But after that, nothing till 4.5, 470. So FNCH could have some range, but I would like to see it trap shorts, fail to break down. I think it could trigger a short squeeze, but if it doesn't, then it's just weakness. You know, it makes sense. It's just the shorts one. But with a chart like this, you know shorts are going to be coming in heavy. So if it does fail to break down and there's enough buying to prop it up, that could lead to a squeeze. Evoc,
Evoc?
Evoc, and what do you call it? NUTX.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up. This is what I was gonna say. It's the multi-day bounces.
And then VIVK, COSM, all multi-day bounces. Yeah, all these not really doing much here pre-market, as I just mentioned. Just looking for that failure, and like we look for that high break after it sets up, and that should be the confirmation, making the odds more in our favor that it reverses after it breaks the high. Let's see what that's up to. And now, like usual, first 10-15 minutes, unless it's a multi-day balance, just gonna let it set up, trap shorts. That's all I can do. So first 15 minutes, typically boring for us. Just waiting for things to show up and trap shorts in there. Just go sideways, create a range, and then figure out which direction it's gonna choose.
Thank you, Drew.
I like NUTX, the way it's bottoming so far, past few days, I like that one. Like I mentioned, this one in the previous video lesson on YouTube, going over the top placement today, this one is one of my favorites.
On Finchy?
NKTX is holding. That's kind of yesterday, not as encouraging. NUTX perking a bit.
There you go.
CYN perking. That's out of the watch list. If that breaks the mid fours, that's been holding as resistance for the past couple days. They could squeeze five, I think.
Yeah, it's basically like doing the same thing here. Just keeps holding up, and every day it finishes green.
Well, yeah, that overall trend. Besides
Yeah.
that one day, it was amazing. That's yesterday.
Thanks for doing my laundry.
You're welcome.
CH family. Evoc, okay. That's starting to put a bottom in. Trying to at least. RDBX coming back to the mid fours. Oh, it has a breakout. I just don't like how it's over a red
Red
candle.
candle, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah. And we saw how those work out with Stab yesterday. Didn't really offer that much.
No, just a quick 10%.
Wasn't
and that
really
was it.
anything, yeah.
It was really just kind of a fake out. I had such small size on that just trade yesterday. And I was trying to be patient too.
ALLG doing what I mentioned so far. Holding up, previous highs daybreak. I don't know if I mentioned it, it's just in the watch list, actually.
I hate my keyboard now.
I'm sorry.
Do you know if there's a way to clean out like soda? Get
I
that
don't know.
stickiness.
Cousin? It's trying to bottom. It could break 105. COSM. Alright, now NUTX looking for that 834 high break. If we could keep holding up, consolidate for a few more minutes. That is definitely showing some bottoming action in the 790s, 8ish area, as I went over a couple times in video lessons.
What's the? You have a float on ALLG?
Not for this one. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Glad to have you in here. I think for now, main watch NUTX, and that's the one that's setting up the best so far.
And this has a lot of room to run too.
Mhm.
I mean, this could be a really nice multi-day breakout.
In this market, likely not.
Not likely not, but
Yeah.
if this was a hot market, oh, man, I would be so juiced for like a nice multi-day breakout setting up. My favorite.
Let's see, anything on the scanners? Let's hold it up. The only thing holding up so far, best one, was RDPX and DUO, which is a cheap stock. VIVK so far fading, not much there. CYN gradually perking higher. That's nice to see for potential mid fours break. Netflix moving. Perking back near the highs here. Let's get ready for an entry. It is being a little choppy right now, but let's just wait for that high break. Risk reward isn't that bad on this play. Currently risking day lows. It's just about 5%. A little under. Small starter, 200 shares.
Yes, for him, 200 shares, 50 shares for me is my small starter.
If I lose, I'm losing roughly $100, $80. If it works out, we'll definitely be adding. Make a few hundred on this. Probably gonna be aiming for $1. Now we just gotta wait and see how this thing reacts. volume is a little bit wide. I don't like that at all. But one thing with the volume with this pattern that I'm starting to learn, as long as the trend is really intact, the volume will follow because shorts are gonna recognize this momentum shift with the trend, and will start recognizing that and wanting to cover, and that will bring in the volume. If you take a look, can you bring up VLON? Because that one was doing nothing. It wasn't really doing any volume. But then the other day. See, this one wasn't really doing much, and then boom, shorts cover. You get the squeeze. It was all from the trend holding. But I don't like the spread. That one I don't like at all. I really want it to be more one-sided. We're perking here. We'll see how convincing this is. But there's been times where I was looking at a trade like this, seeing that it's doing just about this much volume, and I would just ignore it. And then not few minutes, half an hour later or so, it ends up running. So I'll start off with small size just to play it safe.
Yeah, just stick to the
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah.
Basically risking day low.
Yo, good morning.
Good morning, Drew. Good morning. How are you?
Just back and forth.
It was so much fun. Good. Was a blast. I'm glad to hear that.
This is kind of exhausting. That spread is annoying. So back and forth, back and forth. One minute looking good, next minute looking like it's about to take. So let's just be patient. Trend stay intact. Trend is your friend. If it breaks down, we're out. I do think this, if it works out, this is definitely going to be able to get to 10 or so, 9.5 to 10. And right now it's just staying patient. It does still have yesterday's resistance overhead. What was that? 865. Maybe after we pass 865, we start getting some more movement upwards. But right now it's having a really hard time. It's like it's just getting stuck each move higher. RDBX moving back. That's not bad. Oh, Sky H. Forgot about that.
I don't know exactly.
Think about it right now. Check it out.
Good idea.
Bounce play. Just ignore it. Didn't really run a whole ton, but yeah, drop ring and bounce play so far.
Yeah, I was totally with it. Because it was close enough to the town or you just were totally peaceful.
I know. If he ever moves, I'm gonna be like, hey, how much? Because it's a Gallo house.
What
The Gallo Family Winery.
Yeah, okay.
They own like all those vineyards, so they own like multiple properties on them. And he just rents from them. And
He's added 50 shares.
yeah, and it's nice because like even when I sit out there alone, like there's
250,
people there
834.
like starting to work on stuff, and then some people don't leave till like 8 p.m. So like you're not really ever like alone out there.
I didn't see anyone.
Really?
But, and I liked it
I think
because
so was the weekend.
when you sit out like here or sit
Anything from the scanner's working out. Scanner's looking wide.
There's a bike going off.
What, nothing's really popping up?
It's
Yeah, I
not
heard
moving.
one guy go.
No,
Uh,
yeah.
Oh my god, that's wild riding bike. I was like,
I love it. That is a legend. He is a legend. Yeah, we have him for the whole month of May.
for real?
Well, we get him on like the 3rd till
He
like
travels a lot then.
a lot. So yeah,
Goes to Africa a lot?
South Africa, yeah, and then he's going to the UK for like the month of May for, he said, for business. I don't know what that means, but he can go for whatever he wants. I'm gonna make a grand, so I'm cool with it. Hey, look at that little baby. Look at that little squiggly baby.
This is just being annoying now.
Look at
how
What?
sweet
It's-
you are. I love it. Look at how
Volume,
sweet
you know, has
you
really died
are.
off.
Max, look at him.
Not looking spectacular.
Anything else?
But this is low volume.
I know.
No, there's nothing.
I was like, we don't have any more eggs at home. There's no way. And I was like, I'll get an 18 for everyone.
Just
And I
waiting
was
for something else to
100
pop up.
eggs.
Hey yo, LG low volume here, perking up. EVOK trying to set up. That could be a 47-cent high break for a multi-day bounce. That could be setting up nicely. Besides that, I'm waiting for CYN to break mid fours. It could even get there. Or it's gonna get stuffed. We'll see. RDBX.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That was moving. What do you got here? Now it's breaking. It's actually breaking out here. High fours. My bad. I mistaken.
475.
Said mid fours earlier.
Oh,
Oh yeah, let's see what this does.
Sleepy.
This is looking good for buying into a dip as it's holding and selling into this rip here. Looks like it's getting exhausted. We'll see if it fails to break down and keeps holding that level. But like we always say
Yeah,
about
from
red-
like 440s up to
now,
now.
sell it now.
Just sell that push because it over a red candle, which we hate, and then breakouts just haven't been working. So
Yeah, it's buy the dip, sell the rip kind of market. You're not buying high and selling higher. Get it low and sell high. Anyone else watching anything? Are we missing something? Is it really that boring this morning? Past few mornings have been kind of boring. Nothing really happens till like 7:15, 7:30.
the ZYM Zyme.
Bigger float and market cap. Have to let it develop a little more. It needs some strong volume to go through that float.
T-Cat. That can come back.
like looking at what do you call it? That one breakout. What are we just looking at? RDBX. That almost makes me want to take CYN down low while it's holding 4 here, and then see if we can get to the mid 4s, maybe higher. That's just something I gotta get with experience because it's not how we play the breakouts. Find it beforehand for it to test the break. We're usually waiting for it to get to the breakout level, confirm that area, and then break higher. And look, as I speak, these things gonna start moving. RDBX moving. It's a good one. Okay. Ugh, what a boring morning. Nothing but this weak bounce so far on NUTX. Just waiting for it.
We got some volume coming in.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid jail? That sounds sick. Next time.
NUTX with a little bounce, but not trusting it until we make new highs. Even then, I'm not even gonna trust it, for being honest, the way this is moving.
I had 2 years around like 7 or 8. I don't know why. Like back-to-back years for dinner. And I stayed up till like I stayed up till 4 in the morning playing a game. And it was bad. And then I got up at like 8 to go Mitch. So I feel like I'm still juiced.
Kind of a crappy ad, but decided to add another 50 shares into NUTX. It does seem like it is holding trend,
You just said you don't trust it.
but the trend is still holding. And I'm gonna trust that. I just don't trust the price action. So it might make me impatient and make me exhausted, but the trend is still intact and the pattern is so far trying to work out. So as long as it keeps failing to break down, I'll try to pick up a few shares here and there just to see what happens. But because I don't have big size, that's why I'm not worried about this. 300 shares. Not even $3,000 in this. So if I lose a couple $100, 100, 150, I wouldn't mind it on a pattern like this. Because if it does work out, once it does work out, later on, I'll get my money back, for sure. RDBX, boy. hold so far, and very strong volume. And it's still early in the day. We'll see how this acts. This is definitely what I'd be extra patient with. Don't want to get faked out. Right now this thing looks like a solid double top. Yeah.
Do you hear him?
Yeah.
Drew.
RDBX. Call my name, but I have to be extra patient with that. It's still early, no need to force anything. CN FN CH, that one, like I thought, right out of the watch list, failure. As expected. And KTX is coming back, red green. That one also previous high break. It's got a bunch of resistance around 20. It's got a red candle there, but the volume is very strong. There isn't a whole ton of volume behind that red candle, so definitely keep an eye out for that one. Whack ass morning.
For real.
This whole week, I feel the mornings have been just horrible. No gappers aren't moving. They're not holding their gains. That's just frustrating. I'm not able to play open price play or pre-market high or anything. If they do move, they're moving right out of the gate. That's not how I trade, because they end up totally failing the whole day. But yeah, very disappointing. What else? These multi-day bounces are just weak right now. VIVK, potential 307 break. That could be a multi-day bounce. Low volume, low float there. Definitely low volume, but lower float than what we're dealing with on NUTX, which is just exhausting right now. Bigger market cap, bigger float. Was just following the pattern, but right now it's just being exhausting. if it does hold 470s, 80s, definitely has resistance at 6. Some here in the low 5s, 520s, 530s area. Definitely running up against it right now. Volume is fading as it's holding up. We'll see if we get a confirmation. Right now it just seems lower lows, lower highs. Volume is fading, not that encouraging. We'll see if we get a hold of this level though. This is what we're waiting for. How it holds the 470s and 80s. Could have another wave higher, but I think I'm going to stay away from this one. Personally. Taking note of what do you call it? VIVK. I don't like to trade multiple stocks at one time, but the other one is doing absolutely nothing. I barely need to pay attention to it. I just have my stops and everything set up. VIVK is coming for a high break right now. I think this could set up nicely as a multi-day bounce. It's failing to crack once again here. Same as yesterday, the 280s, 90s area kept holding, which is also support from that first screen day. If this fails to break down, I think it could have a nice move to try and retest the 4 area, maybe mid 4s. But yeah, it just looks like it's failing to break down after the strong run up. Shorts are definitely trapped in there. This is probably a little late. Just got 500 shares at 307. We'll see how this keeps holding trend. It is making higher lows from 290, then it made 291, and now we're getting this little quick perk higher. So we'll see how this shapes up. Definitely needs more volume. Definitely still needs to go green. It's still below previous close. But the way this is holding up, I think this could reverse here. With the float that it's got, it's off the highs decently. Could be wrong and take a loss, but I'm willing to take it on this one. Same with NUTX. Both of them not looking quite encouraging right now. But that's the game sometimes. It's not always perfect. Multi-day bounce the past month or so has been killer, an easy read and play every single time. Right now having a little bit of a hard time with this pattern. And that does happen occasionally. It's not going to be a hot play 100% of the time.
I just added another 50 shares. I like how it's holding up. I had a really small size. And this is going to be as high as I'm going, so.
Here we go, VIVK, push higher, come on, we're close to red green, 12 cents away, let's go. Let's push it. Hurry up. We're just about 6%. That's not bad. Let's keep pushing. Here we go. It's about 34 on the ask for the moment. Go. Decent. I hope this works out. The NUTX doesn't work. We got this to kind of offset it. Could walk away green on the day if this works out and the other one doesn't. And so far, looking at that high day break is a good call. As entry is a good call. Let's see.
Jax, you want to go take your toy somewhere else?
I think you have to do it for him.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Alright, Josh, try not to have too much fun today.
You too. Have a great day at work, bud. RDBX, the failure so far. Enjoying that no call there. VIVK looking quite nice. Shit size. Yeah. What's your average? What are you in at?
I only have 200 shares at 310.
Here we go, baby. Come on. Rip. Go green and rip. Four, come on. We're so close to going green. Come on. Up damn near 10% almost.
You are?
Well, yeah. Let's take 31 cents for 10%. You're in at 310. All you need is 341 for 10%.
Yeah.
And now it looks like getting stuffed at red green. Damn.
See how it holds up.
NUTX, an exhausting play, slowly bouncing. I don't even want to talk about it in case this thing gets stuffed and I get devastated. It's just been an exhausting play. You looking at him like he's a human, like he's gonna listen? What are you doing there? He
I
doesn't.
thought I told you to play with your toy in the other room. I think my screen
Okay,
is
hey,
like
hey,
adjusted.
that's enough. Let's take this somewhere else. Jackson.
It's a crazy dog.
Horrible parent. Yeah, you.
I'm trapped in here, getting in and out. You know, just because he's playing with a toy. It's not like there's anything bad. Just play with a toy that doesn't make noise. Come, Bubby.
Can we please go?
I think we will. I think this is gonna take off. Nut X is the one I'm worried about.
Until they both show me more, I'm worried about both. Not
Yeah,
working
at least
out.
at least we're up. At least I'm up like 6% on this one. Nut X, I'm down. Not by much, but. I thought it was something I actually cared about, like Nut X breaking high day.
Damn, that's exactly what I was thinking of too.
Yeah.
Holding the low fours to test the breakout. Damn. And VIVK failing. Damn. Yeah, it's probably gonna continue a bit higher.
Well, we'll see how it reacts to that 440. Yeah, buying the support when it's doing the higher lows, holding VWAP to test that breakout level.
Wish I put money into that. Damn, it's like being two annoying plays right now. With much less volume.
Dude, saying fuck the offering.
It was priced at 310. It came right down to that price. It wasn't just. I guess it wasn't as toxic as people were expecting.
Well, I want to see how it holds at 440 level. VIVK, I'm at 420.
take it. That was a nice call. Annoying to see. Ones we're in. Just that. Nothing really right now. Seems looking good. Got past the 5. I've been wanting that from the beginning. Ever since it was in the 3s, it was just the way it moves is so annoying. This market is tricky. This market sucks. You've got to be really picky with your entries and exits. You're gonna have to adapt for sure. Breakouts are just not it right now. It's something like this. Getting it before it breaks out through that level. Because I would have been buying right into the mid 4s. There wasn't really any consolidation or anything to go off of. At that point, I'm risking 30, 40 cents. And that's just not great risk reward. But here we are pushing through that level. I'm running out of patience. I'm about to call it a morning. It's been an hour. Everything sucks. See what's happening late day. I got shit to do. I'm not just gonna sit around and watch nothing. No one should. It's just a waste of time.
Unless you're new, get the screen time.
Yeah. If you're new, you need the screen time to really gauge what works, how the market moves, what makes plays move, and what fashion and whatnot. But once you get the hang of it, less is more. For sure, bless you.
Thank you.
Less trades, not focusing on the market as much. That'll make you pickier and whatnot. Right? Yeah. Nice.
And it's good to be outside, get some exercise.
Yeah, I made the mistake early on just being glued to my laptop at least 10, 12 plus hours a day, just studying and watching the market all day. Tended to lose my mind and be short-tempered and punch some holes in the wall when getting frustrated. But just need to take a deep breath, get out, work out, take care of some chores, do whatever you need to do. Sometimes there's no play, sometimes you miss it. It's okay. There's always going to be a play later. Doesn't have to be an every single day thing. You maximize your opportunities 3 times a week, a couple times a week, with some decent size. It pays off. Here we are with Nut X coming back.
And you'll be really surprised at how much it really does pay off.
Yeah. Like last week, I know I traded every day last week, but I wasn't aiming for home runs. Just taking small singles here and there. One good day that I had really pushed me through, and I made a little under 3K last week. But yeah, that's all it is. Just taking the quick snipes here and there. Don't get greedy. It adds up. Let the singles add up. So try not to let this week get to me. This week was pretty weak for me. Didn't trade Monday. Yesterday was a loss. Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday weren't bad. But just a week overall for me. Need to for sure adapt to the way the market is moving. Buying in areas where I usually wouldn't be buying, because buying where I typically buy now, with breakouts as the main example, it's really not working out that great. So, I'm not saying breakouts are just out and ignore them. They're not working. Not saying that at all. But in this market environment, until it heats up some more and we get more opportunities, right now shorts are sticking to that level nicely. And you might get a fake out.
Shorts are confident.
Yeah, they have conviction in these areas. So and here we are with CYN. It is holding up, but volume is fading and we're getting really choppy. Right underneath 5. We'll see how much further this could go.
And I'm definitely not buying up here.
Like I know it was talking about consolidation, but I would need some more.
Like maybe a high day break in the morning to test the breakout level and sell into the fake out. I can see that with the higher lows, VWAP hold, volume starts coming in.
Who knows? It's still above the breakout level. It could come back. Like it could dip and hold it. Here we are, coming back. I don't know how much further this could go. It is holding up compared to the other plays. That's what makes me think this could actually take off. Is that what else is holding its gains? This is where I think where the eyes are at right now. There we go. Finally something. Don't do this. Don't keep going. At least I guess risk reward is different now. We could bring it up a bit instead of risking 790. Probably 804.
Don't be a fake out.
Right.
Don't be a fake out.
CYN pulling back. That move that we just saw to new highs was a fake out so far. Come on, are you getting a continuation here? Don't tease me like that. You're teasing me. Yeah.
Come on, baby. Don't tease me now. Just trying to confirm that high of day break. It's so nice when everyone leaves. It is a little.
Right.
It is a little loud.
It is chaotic at first, but
Yeah.
I can't blame them. Like it is their house. It's the morning.
Oh yeah, no, I can't blame them at all.
Just need to find a different place to set up.
I'm thinking about running a hard line under the house and up into my room, and just putting my desk back in my room.
That would be fun. That wouldn't be as loud as you want. Kind of juice right there, but yeah.
Yeah, but Drew wakes up at this time anyway.
Alright, NUTX. Come on. New highs, please. Ah, stupid spread, just noticed. Not as bad as it was last time, though. I will say that.
It's getting a little tighter.
Yeah.
Still not great. VIVK, I still want to see break high of day. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Break 9 and take off. Come on.
Part of me just wants to get out.
I'm riding it. If it cracks and goes green, goes red, I'm out. Right now we're getting a solid push. I'll see how much further it could go. It might need to, develop again. It is up only 7% on the day. Usually I see these things up 20 to 30%, so I think this does have more to go. I am aiming for roughly $1 on this. It might bite me in the ass, but we'll see. We'll see if this thing comes back. If it does come back, I honestly almost don't care because damn near break even on the trade. It would suck to have missed this, but this isn't even what I'm really looking for.
No, it's not. It was only this like a 5-6% move, a 6% move.
But nice to see though what we were thinking about and talking about earlier, because the volume wasn't there. Just follow the trend, follow the price action. Is the trend still intact? That's really it. And it was. It broke for a little bit, but it kept holding key levels. It held red to green nicely, held right around VWAP before we got this solid push higher.
I'm glad I did add on that VWAP hold.
Come on, baby.
Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get through 9. Come on, 890. Ooh, here we go. Trying to get through 9. I know it's no real point in selling into small pieces with such small size, but I'm trying to just, when I have bigger size, I want to be able to know how to sell into strength and sell into each little wave. Because usually I sell way too soon, as you can see with those first 2 sells. So VIVK not doing shit either. I'm over it. Oh, what a sell. What a last sell at 905. I'm just gonna be flat. It's a boring morning. And this is looking worse than frickin' NUTX was when it was just chopping around.
Alrighty here. Not too bad of a morning here. Not too bad, not too bad. Things shaping up nicely now, all of a sudden. Let's see what the CYN ended up doing. CYN is consolidating. It's having
It's holding
going
out so
sideways.
far.
It's holding that breakout level. So that probably will be my next top watch, because the breakout is over green candles. So even though breakouts haven't been working, I'm more confident in this than taking RDBX, which now that we're looking at is failing. What we were talking about over that red candle, not the best breakouts. On top of breakouts not really working out now, and recognizing that bearish flag that it had with fading volume, and that from there was a great indicator that we're reaching a top. And here we are getting close to day lows, not that far off those. But yeah,
Just a fake out.
yes indeed.
CYN though. Over a green candle, it is holding up. Volume is fading. So I'll set some alerts, see how it plays out. We're gonna take a 2-minute break real quick. I'm gonna get some water, go to the bathroom, and probably watch the market for another half an hour or so. Then we might take a midday break and come back for power hour. All right. Oh my god. So I ended up selling VIVK at like, I don't know, 315 or something like that. And I was in at like 310. It was just a scratch play. Good morning, Dick. And I was really just impatient. I really hated how, you know, the volume died off so much. And it was really just impatience. Especially with how NUTX was playing out, which is now making the move that I kind of wanted. So I did sell too soon. It's just that bounce play, taking the high of day break. We did take the high of day break here in the morning, so we were in the 830s, low 830s. I sold into this push into 9 here. I just took this small snipe and kind of just called it a day, but it was taking a little longer than I expected. There was nothing really else going on besides CYN. I know RDBX spiked, but it was just a fake out breakout over a red candle. Breakouts haven't been working that great recently, and then, you know, breakouts over red candles in general are, you know, ones we usually stay away from. So kind of expected, the way to play it would be in these higher lows here, holding view up in the morning to test and to sell into that fake out, and take that quick move to the breakout level. Usually you get a fake out like this, you can sell into this, and then, you know, shorts obviously take over, and now it's dumping. CYN was a breakout that we've been waiting for. We know it did have an offering, but it's just been grinding higher. And it just, price action and volume prove that, you know, it doesn't give a crap about the offering. And it wants to just keep grinding higher. And you can see recently, past couple of days, it's really been topping out there in the 440s. So now we're finally breaking above and trying to confirm. So we'll see how it holds up. This could also just be a fake out. But the buy would have been here. Higher lows, holding view up, and then the volume comes in and you get the push. So you're selling, you know, you're buying into support, selling into that push into the breakout level, and into the fake out. We'll see. It could hold. This could easily still hold. It's holding view up, holding the breakout level, but breakouts haven't been working, and I don't know how much more this can really push. Just time will tell. We'll have to wait and see it, and see if it can really just fail to break down and really squeeze shorts later today. Nice. So like I said, you know, NUTX was a trade 830s to up to 9. I think my best sell was at 905. And then, and why we're trading this is it's a multi-day bounce. And I will keep it on watch for a multi-day breakout. This does have room to run. But as of right now, I took the snipe. I took the reversal play. Just took that snipe, and we'll see how it holds up and see, you know, either I wouldn't really want it to happen today, but maybe next week for sure. I'll be waiting for, you know, a multi-day breakout. And I'm going to try to play it the same way, is to where I'm going to buy, you know, ideally it kind of just holds up today, maybe gets to 10, low 10s, and then Monday or Tuesday we can get confirmation and it breaks. But buying that dip into support, like just like with CYN, buying the dip into support, selling into that push into the breakout level, selling into the fake out, and then kind of just calling it a day. So we'll see how this plays out, but I like this momentum shift. I took that. Didn't have the patience to really hold through all of this, but taking that quick, easy, predictable move And then I would have been out. I would have been out into this push. I would have taken my 10%. The buy was at 307. I did have a kind of a crappy buy, a few cents above 310. We got a nice little push to 330, but then this fade here was just annoying. After nothing else really going on, waiting for NUTX to work, waiting to see if this was going to work, being kind of red on both of them. Just got to my head a little bit, was annoying. So I decided to just cut this for a scratch. I made $10. I played it too safe. I should have really just stuck to my cut. Originally I was risking 290, and Fatty's all pumped right now about NUTX. I did sell into this push. Fatty didn't. I don't know if he's still holding, but I think he sold into this push here. He'll post it on Twitter. So this pulling back, we'll see how it holds, but I would have been out into this push. A little bit different of a multi-day bounce since this day did finish green, but it's kind of just chopping, it's kind of just holding up, failing to break down. I see this day more as a consolidation day, and then this morning was just a failure to break down. I only took 2 trades today. There was, I was watching 4 different things, but I only took VIVK because it's a multi-day bounce. Took this morning high here, 307. I got an entry at 310. I sold it at like 315 in this chop here when it was just consolidating. I was just annoyed. So you can see here profit loss on the day for this was $10. And then I traded NUTX. Bought the high day here at 833 and sold into the push to 9. So 57. So I made $67. Small size. I mean, I'm trading such small size to where you'll probably laugh. Oh, $67. Fatty's the one who's actually. Yeah, you're welcome. Fatty, who you saw earlier, who was here, it's me and him who, we trade with separate accounts, but we trade together. And he's more consistent, and he trades bigger size, so his wins are a few $100 to $1,000. I'm still working on finding my consistency, so I trade much smaller size until I'm consistent and confident. Green is green, 100%. I don't care how much it is, as long as I'm trading my patterns the correct way. I'm not getting too emotional. I'm sticking to my plan. As long as I'm trading my patterns, the way I should be trading them, I'm happy, win or lose. But right now, it's just finding consistency. You can't start sizing up if you're not consistent. So what's kind of cool about our little our little team here is it's me and Fatty, so it's me and one other guy. He's the one that got me into trading in the first place. He's a year ahead of me. He's younger than me, but he's a year ahead with studying and learning about the overall markets. So he got me into it, and we've just been trading together ever since. but he's a lot more consistent, and he actually, he's actually grown his account from like 5K to like 50K, something like that. So it's kind of good to see, learn from him and how he trades and his confidence and his mindset, and how he kind of sizes in and adds, and when it's confirming, and then me, who's not very consistent, still trying to grow their account, which we're both still trying to grow our account, but he's actually proven to grow it. I still make stupid little mistakes and get kind of emotional every once in a while. I sell too soon a lot of the time. Sometimes I stop out too soon. And just to see my mistakes and then what he does, I feel like is really good to kind of, from a third person perspective, to look in and see, might be easier to learn from. No, he's not. I'm the one who really kind of found Deck and started watching Deck. And once, me and Fatty have our own, we've already kind of had Pack-a-Punch Traders, and we have a website, YouTube videos that we've been doing. Yeah, so I was trading with like a $5,000 account, and that's what Fatty grew from. He grew his account from 5,000 to roughly 50,000. And I recently took a bunch of money that I had in my savings and threw it in my account. So now I have about, I think I have like a little over 23,000 in my account right now. But as you can see, I'm trading with only, a few $100 a trade. So I'm not trading nothing near the amount, my account size. Until I find confidence and consistency, I'll start sizing up, and I can actually use that capital to grow my account. Right now, it's just small size, find the consistency, get that confidence, and then start, sizing up accordingly. But Fatty comes over every morning. This is my house, my trading setup. He comes over with his laptop, and he'll sit right here next to me, and we watch the market together. We'll try to start the live stream 5-10 minutes before market open, kind of go over our watch list. See what's going on. Yeah, it definitely takes time. Trading is so difficult. And it's not difficult in the sense of, learning the pattern and understanding the overall market and terminology and stuff like that. That's pretty simple. That just takes, studying and, read some books, listen to some podcasts, watch a bunch of video lessons. I mean, you can get all that information. You can learn that pretty quick. It's not that complicated. But I would say the most complicated thing about trading is being able to control your emotions, and having a plan for a trade, really sticking to it, knowing when to size up, when to size down, what overall market conditions you're in. Like I was saying earlier, breakouts aren't really working. You're getting a lot of fake outs. You have to be able to notice these things and adapt to the market. If you can't, you're just gonna get eaten away. So those things right there, I would say, are the most important. Yeah. And when you have your system down, I mean, it's the same. It's just the same thing every day. You show up, you trade your same patterns that you've had, and that's really it. You just stick to your system. But you have to keep it systematic. As of right now, we just go long. We don't want to do too much. We're sticking with our long patterns. Once we can grow our account enough, we would like to go short, so we would like to be able to play, you know, NUTX both ways. We would like to play the first green day, short the first red day, play the bounce, and then short the bounce. You know, try to play both sides of the moves, and it'll just be a lot. You know, when you're new and you're trying to grow your account, stick to just a few things, one to three things, and just trade that. So we just have a few. We have like 5 long setups that we really like, and we're just trying to stick to those, grow the account, and then once we've really proven ourselves, you know, really profitable long traders, we would like to go short and start playing it both ways. But I think it's just a little too soon for us to really want to start trying to attack it short, long and short. CYN still holding up. I would say this is top watch for sure. I'm probably not going to play it just because I know breakouts haven't been working. It's on the, you know, consecutive green days in a row. It just doesn't stop. It hasn't had a red day yet. You know, and I think it really could finally have a big squeeze day, and it could be today. But I don't know. Part of me just wants to stay patient. Really gonna let this play out a little bit. And here we go. Looking like we're gonna break high of day here. It's really just, it's held the breakout level. It's held VWAP, higher lows, failed to break down. There we go. You can kind of see, you know, an inverse head and shoulders. Here's the head, here's the shoulders, and now we're getting the push. Nice little volume perk. Let's see how it holds up. Looks like it got stuffed right away. I would just like to see this consolidate for longer. It's only been about almost an hour of consolidation, which is good, but since breakouts haven't been working, it's still super early. We have all day. I would rather miss the breakout in the morning and you know, instead of taking a loss on it if it doesn't work, but I'd rather just stay patient, let it consolidate, give it a couple hours, and see where we're at from there. I would have been much more, you know, much happier if I would have taken like the ideal entry here in the low 4s when it was holding VWAP, making these higher lows in the morning, and then just being, you know, selling the majority of my shares into this push, maybe selling a little bit into this pop, and then just trying to be patient with the rest of my shares and let it ride. That would be ideal, but I wouldn't be as confident taking a starter in here. I would just need to see more consolidation, because I feel like I would be buying into a breakout that's most likely just going to be a fake out. Because like I said, breakouts have not been working. It's only been like 1 or 2 breakouts that have actually worked, like this past month. The rest of them have just been fake outs. You buy the breakout, maybe you get up 5%, and then it just dumps on you. But if you look back and you notice, you know, maybe buying those higher lows off VWAP to test and to sell into that fake out, into the breakout, would be the more ideal way to play it. So far, it's holding up, making a higher low. Trying to confirm that high of daybreak. Remember, keep NUTX on watch. This is holding up. We have, it's a recent IPO. It's had a really nice, that first green day, all the way up to 52. So, and it's done nothing but fade until this day here. So we had a nice pop from 4s up to 14. So it has really good first green days when it does have a good first green day, or when it has a first, a green day. It has really nice range. So I did take the snipe, but you have, I mean, this would also be on top watch for today. And here we go, new highs. At least it's trying. I know I sold way too soon, but I love seeing this. And actually, let me see if Fatty's still holding. You said you just sold the rest at 9:30. May have been back here. CYN looking good. I'm just trying to be really picky. So I'm just going to sit on my hands for a while. I'm going to let this play out for a few hours. If it runs without me, so what? I'm just going to let this play out a little bit. And like I said, the ideal buy was down here, and this is where I really wish I had my entry. So now if I'm buying, I know it's holding VWAP, it's holding trend, it's holding the breakout level. I just feel like I'm really chasing. And it just makes me cringe a little bit, wanting to buy that much higher. Even though it could still run to mid 5s, 6. But I really like NUTX as well. It may not be a play today if it really doesn't take off. But if we can get a multi-day breakout, I know breakouts haven't been working, but either play that, like I was saying earlier, play that push into the breakout level and into the fake out, or this could be one of those breakouts that really work and confirm and take off. I really love how it's got a lot of room to run, not a lot of overhead resistance. It's super clear. It's super clear. It's not very choppy. It's pretty clean, pretty clean push, pretty clean trend. Just got to stay patient for this one, because I would not be buying up in here into these higher lows and holding VWAP. The play was down here, buying down here and selling into this push now, and so now you just got to sit on your hands and be patient. I know it sucks sometimes, but wait for either later today for a push to the breakout level, or wait for Monday or Tuesday and wait and see how it reacts to that $14 breakout level, and see if we can't really confirm and break out. It's going to have a lot of room to run. So I'm really liking this. So I'm going to keep this on watch for either later today, for it to have a push, for volume to really come in, it to really fail to break down, and for shorts to really get squeezed. SPY. Yeah, trying to hold those levels. With how we trade, I really try to, no matter what the overall market is doing, to still have an edge and be profitable. I love how CYN is still holding up. Like I said, it's just going to need more time. More time to really fail to break down, really prove itself, really suck in some shorts. And then I think maybe, a high of day break or something can really squeeze this. I think we can get up to 6. I think it'll need a little blow off top, really squeeze out shorts until we start to see a backside. I like to see some fade, crack under VWAP, maybe a little fake out, breakdown, sucking some shorts, and then get a VWAP reclaim later and a high of day break later on volume. Squeezing shorts when it breaks high of day. You got momentum buyers stepping in, and we'll get that push to the breakout. Or we'll get that push and confirm the breakout. But right now, I think it's just patience. If you were in down here and playing it how you should be playing a breakout right now, you are sitting pretty. You probably sold, a good majority of your shares, locking in profits, and now you're just letting the rest ride if you have the patience. And that would be the ideal way to play this. As of right now, this could easily just be a fake out breakout, and I want to be really patient with it. Just like RDBX. And RDBX is a breakout over a red candle, and I don't trade breakouts over red candles. And if I do, I'm going to trade it very, very conservatively. Very, scared, like Tim Sykes, says, like a scared little choir boy or something like that. I forget that saying. If you watch that Tim Sykes DVD, then you should know what I'm talking about. Trade like a little scared choir boy. So I would have taken my quick snipe on this, is what I'm saying. Because it is a breakout, but it's a breakout over a red candle, a lot of overhead. Take that quick snipe and move on, because I wouldn't expect this to be one of those plays that run 30%. Castrated choir boy, yes. That's what it is. I knew it wasn't a scared choir boy. It didn't sound right. Castrated choir boy. That's exactly right. That's fucking awesome. Still holding up too. It's looking pretty good. But this again, now that we're starting to get into midday, we're not really looking to trade midday. We want to trade that first hour, hour and a half of market open, and then that last hour, hour and a half of market close. Midday, traders step away from their screens. People usually just take midday off. It's slower. Volume really dies out. Now, there are certain patterns that no matter what time of day, if they're like, say, a breakout, if it's breaking a key level, it's a buy. But right now, there's, breakouts aren't working. The only breakout we really have right now is CYN. So I would say this is top watch. Other than that, there's not a whole lot. NUTX is another one that's top watch for a potential breakout. It does have the room to run. But right now it's just kind of, you just got to sit on your hands and let it prove itself. I already took it in the morning here. I'm not going to be adding or buying again up here. I really want to just let it prove itself. Give it a few hours. Step away from midday. Let them play out. If you happen to miss a play, oh well. You're always going to miss a play. And there's always going to be another play. So learn to just live with that and kind of brush it off if it happens. But NUTX and CYN, top watches. If you're going to sit here and watch anything, these are your top watches. And set, if you can, set alerts. Whenever I step into the market, pre-market, I will set some alerts. 15 minutes into the market open, I'll check everything, set some alerts, maybe adjust them, and just kind of do that throughout the day. And just check your scanners and see what's up on the day. Make a plan for it. Set some alerts. That way. Step away. Go for midday. Go on a walk. Go do something. You don't need to be sitting here behind the screen all day unless you're a real newbie and you need the screen time. If you're new, and then that's a year and under, you need to get as much screen time as possible. But if you got the screen time and you know what you're looking for, maybe you're here just to kind of see how we trade, learn any new patterns, anything like that, a new edge that you can add to your arsenal. Track the new pattern, get the screen time with it, but you still don't need to be here all day. What's good, brother Darth Trader? How you doing, buddy? We're just watching a little CYN. A little Nut X. I've been trading for just over 5 years, and then Fatty, who comes over and trades with me every morning. It's me and him. We're the little team that are the Pack and Punch traders. And he's been trading for just over 6 years. How's it going, Manny? Yeah, it's like Darth Vader. It's probably only been like a few days since I've seen you in the chat, but it feels like forever. Feels like forever, bud. Yeah, we haven't been trading for too long. 5-6 years. Fatty has grown. He's proven profitable and consistent. He's grown his account from like 5K to around 50K. I've still been struggling a little bit with my consistency, and I always seem to make good money, but then give it right back. And it's just been one step forward, one step back, and I'm finally feeling like it's a 2-step forward, 1 step back. And I'm trying to get it to that 3-4 steps forward, 1 step back. But just slowly trying to gain my consistency, get my confidence, and then really start sizing up. Right now, I've taken my size down so much to where I'm only trading maybe $1,000 at a time. But usually a starter is going to be a few $100. Like today, I had a couple trades, which I'll go over real quick. Nut X was a first green day bounce, so a reversal play, which I am going to keep on watch for a breakout over 14 or high 13s. It's going to have a lot of room to run. Recent IPO, and you can see this day here it ran from like 5 to 14. This day here it ran from 11 to 52. So it's got a lot of range. But just took the reversal. I put in a high here. It held for 5 minutes. Was starting to come back. I took the break at 8:30, 8:33, 8:34. Held through this this chop and consolidation. And volume finally came in. VWAP held, and we got the push. Thank you, Asphalt. I appreciate that. Trading is so difficult, and I'm not going to try to act like I'm some badass trader who's made a bunch of money, because that would just be a total lie. And what's kind of cool about us is, Fatty's actually consistent and has made money, and he can verify that. And I've been struggling, and so I think it's cool to see how both of us trade and the little differences in our trading, and our thought process and stuff like that. So he's usually here for the first hour and then takes off. He's learning another job, and he's learning how to code and stuff like that. So he takes midday to really step away from the market and learn something new, which I love. And usually take a break midday for myself as well, then try to come back power hour. But me and Fatty trade the exact same thing. He's just got more screen time. He's got a year ahead of me. Gamers, no. I'm a gamer, yeah, but like I see the resemblance with gaming and trading, but like my kind of gaming was like Call of Duty or Halo or something like that, like a shooter game, not really a strategic thinking game. So I feel like if you were really into those strategic games, to where you really got to sit there and think about, you're stuck on one puzzle for hours and stuff like that. It's really similar, but if you're out playing Halo and Call of Duty and stuff like that, and you're just shooting people, there's no resemblance to gaming and trading. And we weren't poker players either. No, Fatty's not a gamer. And just to clarify, his name, just so you guys have an idea, he's Arabic, so that's how you spell his name, and it's Fadi. Fadi. but us Americans, fatty. But yeah, he's not a gamer. He's really not a gamer either. Yeah, just so you guys know, because you guys are gonna, if you guys are gonna be in the chat and hearing me and him bullshit, it will just give you a better idea of his actual name. CYN, baby. I mean, I wouldn't be yet. I'd want to see at least VWAP crack first. I would be one of those real patient shorts to where I have to really wait for confirmation, and I would take my quick snipe on it and then get out. Yeah, what is that? An entry fee, the $36 to kind of get that short. There's still a lot I have to learn with all the ins and outs of shorting. I know sometimes you got to pay, borrow fee. Right now, we're strictly long biased. We do eventually want to add shorting into our playbook and be able to play, both sides of the move. But right now, with small accounts trying to really grow and be consistent, it's best to just stick with 1-2 things and just stick with that. So we just go long, we trade usually first green days. Oh yeah, no, trust me, we're gonna add shorting, and we want to. It's just we feel like we don't want to add it too soon because we're still trying to really dial in our long strategy and get that to where they're easy bread and butter patterns that just easy money makers. Still working on emotions a little bit and getting the size that we want. Yeah, of course. Let's think of a good first green day. I would say this, but they're all there hasn't been one red day in here. So I'll kind of go to NUTX. I forget what this did that first green day. So it traded no volume in the morning, and this is just all stocks are going to be different. So you'll have a pattern, like we'll say first green day, but it's gonna trade differently almost every time. Sometimes it will be really ideal to where it's just to a T, and plays out exactly the way you would want it to. Sometimes it's going to trade completely different and be a pain in the ass. You might take a loss on it, and then it's going to come back and do something crazy. This did have a huge dump at the end of the day, but just playing that first the front side of that momentum and just kind of buying these higher lows, you can see the volume starts to pick up. You get that first dip on really low volume, and you see the volume starts to come in a little bit. It's really holding trend, higher lows, holding VWAP, trying to buy early in here, getting some starters, adding, and then selling into the push is kind of how you would play it. It's not the best example though. So kind of like this, you have something similar, and how we were really looking to play these here was you just get that you're getting that momentum shift. This day it was it actually had some volume this day, so we're gonna have eyes on it, and we were looking for a previous high of day break. To where it just breaks past this previous high of day at 775, looking for that continuation to keep going higher. And it gapped down, but then it closed through that previous high of day, and then the day after, it gapped down, and then a nice push through previous high of day. So like this would have been a great entry at 8:30, and you got a nice push to 11. Let's see. So like open price was, so well, you'll have to really to really get an idea of how we trade. I'd advise going to our YouTube channel and watching some of the YouTube videos that we have on there. Fatty. Yeah. Or it doesn't even have to be after many red candles. It can be, that would be a first green day bounce. And so that's kind of like what this is you get the first run up, then the shorts take over and it pulls back and it has this nasty pullback. And then that momentum starts to shift. And so that's kind of a first green day bounce play, which is a lot different than the usual first green day, actual first green day that started the run. I don't know why I'm struggling to really think of some good tickers for an example. We were watching EVOK for a reversal play and to get that momentum shifting the first green day bounce. And it's after a run up, and the higher the better. We usually aim for about 150 to 300% up throughout that run up, and it starts from we'll say 39 all the way up to 140, and so then you would get that calculation and see how much it ran up from there. And so now then you just wait for that momentum shift, and you just need at least one red day of consolidation to wait for that momentum shift. And then usually that bounce day usually runs about 30% in KTX. Yeah, so I think we might have traded this, and we traded this a little bit different. Any stocks that gap up and are looking to create that huge gap up first green day like it did here. Let's see. I trade them a little bit different. You shorted it, nice. We look for, I'm sure. How we would play this is open price. I'm going to put a line here. I always like to put my drawings in. So you want to know what open price is. And you can see like throughout the morning, usually you'd get like maybe a dip under VWAP and under open price. It would put in a bottom, consolidate, and it would get a perk on volume through open price, through VWAP, and you would get that. That would be the entry to at least test high of day and ideally break high of day and squeeze shorts. Would be one way. That would be that's how we play an open price play. Even here you can see it fails to break under open price and it holds VWAP pretty well. So maybe buying into the dips here, selling into the pops would be nice. That would be kind of another way how you would play it, because it's just sometimes they just play out differently, and you have to be able to be reactionary and understand how to play it when as it plays out different ways. And I know I'm explaining this so terribly wrong and just like so bad probably. So I apologize for just botching this explanation, but it's just a key level. Open price and VWAP are two key levels, and those are just key levels that you need to keep an eye on, and just know that when it's holding open price and holding VWAP like this in the morning on all this volume and it can't break down, it's probably a good long. Maybe buying on the dip here, and you're not getting the ideal push. And that's what makes this one kind of hard, is you're getting these little pops, but then it's retreating right away, and it's really choppy, and it's going to be hard to hold through. So this one's difficult. If you're quick and you want to take your small scalp, you could just sell into these pops here. But this was pretty choppy, and it just grinded higher all day once it really failed to break down. But that's really what you're looking for, is just a failure to break down. Was there any other gappers today? I'm pretty sure there was. Like this is, let's see, pretty nasty chart, and you can see, look at each candle here. It didn't really have a lot of range. They're pretty tight, small little candles. So that's one negative thing, kind of about this stock already. First, hey, knock it off.
What are you barking at?
When you first look at it, is you can see each day it doesn't have very much range. So I don't expect it to all of a sudden run 50% and have a big range first green day. And it's done nothing but fade. Nasty topping action here at 17, and then it's done nothing but fade. And we're trying to gap up today. It's got some sort of news. We try, when a trade's working out exactly how we want, we're probably in for like maybe 10-15 minutes. Maybe. When it's really working out the way we want, we're in for just a couple minutes. When we're really being patient, we're in for maybe a half an hour to an hour at max. And that just depends on how patient we really want to be with the play and how confident we are in the overall pattern. But usually we want to have we want to time our entries really well. CYN has an offering, at like 310, and it's still just, no one gives a shit. That thing is just grinding higher. But here, like today with FNCH, let me see. No, it was SWVL, I think. This was a potential breakout, but obviously this isn't working because breakouts haven't been working. But with this was just a potential. It's a play that's gapping up in the morning, and it could be a potential spiker of the day. And it's just, you have to be patient. Like obviously it's not going to come back, but I set my line here at open price, and it was really just to see how and just wait and see how it plays out. That's why you got to wait 10-15 minutes after market open for things to play out a little bit and pick just create some support and resistance and give you a little story there, on how to play it. This just had nothing but fade. It does not look like it wants to come back. Shorts are completely taken over. But if this were to have, held up here, had a nice bounce, made higher lows, perked back through open price with high a day right there, and pre-market high right there, I think we would have seen a nice squeeze up to 4 and maybe even mid 4s. But nasty downtrending, a nasty overall chart. Shorts just really took over. But what were you saying? NCR. Yeah, it's getting a spike. But look how ugly that chart is, though. It's a really high float, high market cap, higher price stock too. It trades, look at the volume here is pretty consistent. It's really choppy. This, I mean, it's New York Stock Exchange as well. For us personally, this, I take one look at this and just I need to throw it in the garbage. But it is having a nice, I mean, don't get me wrong, it had this nasty gap down and we are spiking right back and trying to fill that gap. Oh yeah. I mean, it's trading really nice volume and we're trying to fill the gap, but it's got so much overhead resistance that there's just, this isn't for me. I can't really give any advice on this because it's not how I trade. It's not something that I would look to trade. I have no pattern or edge here. I don't know what it can do. So it's just, I would see this and just throw it away. Now CYN on the other hand, I'm not throwing this one away. You have to, with trading, you have to have an edge. You have to have a system, and you got to follow that system. That's how you will be, consistent over time. If you get emotional and just trade something because, ooh, I like that, or ooh, that looks good, you're eventually going to take bigger losses on them, and it's going to hold you back from growing your account. And you're going to miss plays too. Sometimes, every once in a while, you'll be right. You'll be like, ooh, I was liking this, and looking back in hindsight now, I should have bought it. It worked. It's going to happen. You'll get emotional, but over time, you'll take those losses. When you get emotional and you take those entries, you'll end up taking losses on it, and you're like, eventually you're going to be like, why the hell do I keep doing this? Every time I take, the trade that I'm supposed to be taking, on the pattern that is usually, I make money on, I always, I'm green on those plays. Then every time I make a stupid emotional trade because I think something looks good, I give all that money back. Eventually, you need to, journaling is a huge thing too. If you're new to trading, even if you're not new to trading, just journal your trades. You'll be surprised at how much that'll help you, and how much you'll learn about yourself as well. And like I was saying earlier, CYN, you just got to be patient. I'd like to see a dip under VWAP, chop around the 440s, 430s, around this general area. You have to remember, a key level, a breakout here is at 440. It's never going to hold to a T. Sometimes it does, but you need to just know, 430s, 450s. That general area, as long as that general area holds, it's holding, it's good. But it's never going to be to a T, and it's never going to be an exact science. Hi, Bubby. Are you sleepy? Ready for a nap? Lay down. Lay down. No biting. My sleeve isn't a toy. You a lap dog? You want to come be a lap dog? Lap dog. He's a lap dog. I apologize, guys. If you're gonna come over here, you gotta lay down. I'm not a toy. Thank you, Asphalt. Yeah, he's about 5 months old. He's a little shithead. All he does is getting into trouble. But he's a good boy. He's smart. He's a purebred German Rottweiler. He's teething so bad right now. He's losing all his teeth. Within like the past week, I found like 6 teeth on the ground. Yeah, he's gonna be a big boy. His dad was about 110 pounds. Right now he's underweight. He's been underweight as a puppy. I've been feeding him chicken in his food. He eats like a horse. CYN holding VWAP right now pretty well. This is looking pretty good. And now that we've had, consolidation from about 7:15 to almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, of course, Mr. Stackson. Okay, hey. You need to skedaddle. Skedaddle. Here. Go get your toy. Go get your toy. I'll play with you in a little bit. So, creating a morning watch list. TD Ameritrade kind of sucks. So, I mean, I love the charting and everything like that. I hate, I'm not a big fan of their scanners because I can't get pre-market scans. So for me, it's a little bit difficult. I know if I usually have to ask Fatty what some of the pre-market gappers are, and it's nice that he, I can. I know, I do the scan, I can do extended hours, and do that in the morning, but it just doesn't get, like for some reason I wasn't getting all the things that Fatty was getting in his pre-market scans, and I felt like just his scan was better and got, more tickers, and I've messed around with all these, and I've messed around with Active Trader too. He's the one that really showed me and kind of helped me out. But still not getting, the amount of tickers that I would really expect to get. Especially when Fatty's sitting right here and he's like, well, you don't got this one, you don't got this one. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. But if you have a pre-market scan, just have it pretty, pretty wide range. You want to get a majority, you want to get a lot of tickers, and just kind of weed out the ones that, I mean, we just want to see what's gapping in the morning, and because usually we'll, like for, Finch, this was, this morning's pre-market gapper. So we threw it on the watch list as an open price play, pre-market high break. And it's just something to keep on watch for a potential play. Obviously, this did nothing but fade, so we took it right off our top watch. But it's just kind of good to see, if you don't have a scanner, what I used to do is I just used to wait till market open, see what's, I already have. The night before, you need to already be making a watch list and have a number of stocks that you have on watch for that day or that week, and already have your plan for those and have those on watch and in the back of your mind. But anything new that's gapping up on the day that could be a potential play of the day would be something like a FNCH. It was gapping up pre-market. We put it on watch. I had an alert set. It was ready for it. And it just faded, did nothing but fade. You know, price action is king. Price action and volume. I think this is going to do nothing but fade. I think any pop back up to, you know, the mid threes is going to be another short entry. But yeah, Michael, just with, you know, with how we go about pre-market and creating our watch list is really just pre-market. I just want to see the gappers and keep an eye on them. We usually have the same plan for all the gappers. Is going to be either, you know, an open price, VWAP, hold or reclaim, and going off the key levels of either, you know, pre-market highs, or if there's other key levels on the chart that we're seeing. But it's usually going to be pre-market high, VWAP, and open price, and then high of day, whatever the high of day sets in the morning. So just a few key levels, and you know, one like this, you obviously just take this off watch because I'm not looking for a reversal and for a high of day break here anymore. And then when it comes to a watch list, really what all that we do really is either we have a scan to see what's up on the day, and we take everything that we see that's up on the day that we like, or that is like a potential play or trading good volume. I throw right here in my recent runners, and so CYN, NUTX, you know, it was a recent runner. Recent IPO, did nothing but fade, had this really nice first green day. When a stock has a really nice first green day like this and it trades really good volume and it trades, you know, up 100% on the day, you need to keep that on watch. Throw that on your watch list, set some alerts for it, and like today, you know, I had two red days, 2 consolidation days, and I played the reversal and played that multi-day bounce. And now it's holding up really nicely, and now it's on watch for a multi-day breakout. It may not do it today, but maybe next week, see how this holds up, see how the volume can continue to come in. I'm strictly long biased, yes. We want to go short. We do love, you know, the short strategies. We're sticking with long for now, and eventually, when the timing is right, we're going to add shorting into our playbook. I know for me personally, I need to track a couple patterns, short patterns first, before I start trading them, and even then, I still need to really gain my consistency just going long first. I don't want to try to do too much. Keep it simple, stick to the basics. You're talking about for like the multi-day bounce. Yeah, so for the multi-day bounce, you know, it all starts with this first green day here. We kept it on radar, and it had 2 red days. So you need at least one red day, one red day to suck in shorts to get that consolidation, and then you can start waiting for a multi-day bounce, and you're just going to wait for that momentum shift. You can see like the first red day, it dipped in the morning, it came back, broke that high, but then it failed. The next day, dipped in the morning, came back, broke that high, but then it failed. It could not hold up. And then today, it didn't dip in the morning. We got a spike. It held VWAP. It's a total momentum shift. And so you're buying exactly how we played it. Was it set a high in the morning, it held VWAP. Once it came back, usually once it breaks that initial morning high, that's the buy. And we've learned that from, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Tim Dertani, but that's how he's tracked and learned how to play the best way to play the multi-day bounce, and we've tracked it as well, and it's a very, you know, solid pattern. And so we bought the high here. We were in the low 830s, and we were just patient, and finally, got the move that we were looking for. I sold way too soon. I sold the majority of my shares up here at 9. And it's still holding up. And so usually the first green day bounces will run from 20 to 30% on average. That's why I wouldn't be surprised to see this have another leg up to 10. No. We haven't been holding for days. We're in and out within minutes. We never hold for multiple days. Like we just know that it had a huge first green day here. We didn't. I don't remember trading it here, but we just knew it had a big first green day on volume. So when it does that, we like to put it in our watch list and just keep an eye on it. I don't want to see this big first green day on volume with a lot of potential and just kind of forget about it. I want to keep it on watch, set some alerts, and let it play out a little bit. And just like I said, just keep it on watch. It had 2 red days of consolidation, and today, once it started to get that momentum shift and proving that it wanted to stop going down, it's that momentum is shifting, and we're going to start having that push and start having that bounce day. I want to take some entries and get in the morning and play that momentum shift. And that's really all I did, was just buying it in here. It proved it wanted to hold. It held VWAP. I should have been adding, and I actually did add. Initial entry, my add was right in here, and then then we got the push, and I sold it all into this 9 push. And I should have been more patient. Stop. So, hey, that's not a toy. Knock it off. And I just took my snipe. I definitely sold too early. Yes, sir. A win's a win. I'm just trying to stick to the pattern. I'm playing it safe too, which you can never go wrong. Never go wrong. If I start really sizing up and I take my consistent 10% wins every day, I will be a very rich man. But right now, I can care less about the money. It's about being consistent and really knowing the patterns and how to play it when they set up differently, how to react differently when it's playing out, not the way I would expect. Sitting and holding through dips, knock it off. It's not a toy. Each ticker, each stock it has its own personality. Yeah, we only use VWAP. And just recently, I left up the lower band and the higher band, but usually I'm just going off the normal VWAP line. And it just gives you a better idea, if it's above, the bulls, buyers are in control. If it's below, sellers are in control. It just gives you a general idea. Knock it off. Come here. I apologize for the dog, you guys. He is a handful. He's got energy. But still, as of now, I want to say CYN holding up really nicely, holding trend. You can't ignore that. Volume is fading off a lot, but it is holding up. Sellers aren't really stepping in, forcing it down. So I'm just going to give it more time. If it runs and rips without me, so be it. I'm not gonna chase it. I'm not gonna get emotional. I already had my 2 wins on the day. I don't need to get greedy and try to force trades as well. Sometimes when you have a couple good trades in the morning and you're up on the day and you're satisfied. Hey, Squeaker. Hey. If you're up on the day and you're happy with your gains, you took some solid trades in the morning, sometimes it's best to just walk away, because you don't want to force a trade later on and give up back your gains. It sucks and it's mentally frustrating. A lot of times, just take your wins, and just relax. Maybe just go study, hang out with friends or family, and then just come back that next day refreshed, but prepared, ready to go, and just do it all over again, and really let those compound those wins. Right now, I'm actually really kind of liking CYN. I'm just going to stay patient. Like I said, I don't want to get emotional. I'm just going to chill. And sometimes what's good too, what'll help is, say like right now I was thinking about, maybe that higher low off VWAP right there. I can get in at 462, risk, that 455, 454, have really good risk reward, take some starters there. I see it. But instead, I'm going to stick to my original plan, and I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to take an entry when I already said I want to give this more time and let it play out. But I will take a mental trade. So maybe, I'll throw a line up here, or which is really ugly, but no. If it runs without me and it goes and tests high of day and breaks high of day, whatever. I just want to know and see, do I have the right thinking? Would this be an ideal place to take my entry? I go back and forth. I usually stick with 1 minute, but I really like to check out the 5 minute. Give me a better time frame. Hey. And then sometimes I like to go to the... Dude, you are attacking me. No, this is not okay. Stay down. Oh, damn it. I like to look at the 15 minute as well. So 15 minutes says this is holding up really nicely and this is looking good. Hey, go get your toy. Go get your toy. I know you want to play so bad. I know you want to play so bad. You want to play so bad. You want to play so bad. Come on, knock it off. Come here. Come here, Squeaker. Go. So I'll look at the 15 minute because I like to get this kind of time frame. But the majority of the time I am going to watch the 1 minute. But I do like to switch back and forth, and I'll check the 5 minute and I'll check the 15 minute and get it, different time frames. This is what I have to deal with while I'm trying to trade. Vicious. Vicious beast. So far, CYN looking good. I'm liking this higher low off VWAP. But I'm probably going to take a break here for a couple hours. I'm going to play with the dog. I'm going to give him some food. He's obviously needs some attention. And there's not a whole lot going on. I would say top watches is CYN and NutX. So I just keep those on watch. And check us out on YouTube. Posting video recaps and just trading recaps every day. And then check out our Twitter as well. And you can see, ow, Jax, knock it off. YouTube here, down in our bio, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. So just go and check those out. We'll post on Twitter whenever we're going to be hopping back on the live stream for Power Hour. Knock it off. You're being way too wild. You're making a bad example of yourself. Everybody can see you. And you're being a naughty boy. So, I thank all of you for coming and checking out the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. We'll be here to stay for the long run with Deck and Tradecaster. We really love it here. We love all you guys coming in. Love the little community that we got. And yeah. I know Jax appreciates all you guys too. He says, oh yes, I love all you guys. I love all you guys that come in and say hello and trade with my father. So, okay, he's going crazy. So I appreciate you guys. Just follow us on Twitter and we'll let you guys know when we're going back on live. No. Hey. Good boy. Finally. Thank you, Richness. I appreciate you. And I would appreciate if my dog would leave me alone for just 2 minutes. I know, but he's just a baby. He's just a baby. He's just a baby boy who needs attention. Okay, now I really got him. I really got him on a roll here. So, love you guys. Thank you. We'll be back on later. Get the, the Friday Power Hour going.